Hi, welcome to Something to Talk About. My name is Taco, and this is Frey Week 3. And I've been talking about Freys for pretty much the whole day, getting these good. And I've been saying Walder a lot, and you guys have been hearing me all week say it, and my brain's a little fried. So let's finish it off with Black Walder Frey. Kind of the worst great-grandson of a Lord Walder Frey. Great-grandson, isn't that crazy? All right, so what's going on here? Go ahead and read this. This is spoilers for the books and possibly the show. Although I wouldn't really say it's for the show too much. I guess I do talk about Black Walder Rivers from the show, who's a combination of the character I covered yesterday and this guy, and we'll get into that. But yeah, Black Walder Frey, let's go! Black Walder. Walder Frey, called Black Walder, is to differentiate himself from others with the same name, is a member of House Frey. He is the second son of a Ryman Frey, grandson to Stevron Frey, and the great-grandson of a Lord Walder Frey. Everybody got that? A lot of praise. Yeah. So in the television adaptation of Game of Thrones, Walder Rivers is not present. Sorry, Black Walder Frey is not present as a standalone character, but he is merged with Walder Rivers. Oh man, you guys caught my copy paste here. As Black Walder Rivers, who's portrayed by Tim Plester. And he's a combination of not just these two, but he's a stand-in for a lot of Freys. Like he kills Catelyn, like Raymond does. He runs the siege, or looks like he does, which none of these guys do. And he eventually gets made in the pie, like neither of these guys do. Though he is a combination of many Freys, he is nothing like any singular Frey, and that's why I'm comfortable not doing a let's talk about the difference for him. Instead, I'm just going to cover him because I don't consider Black Walder Rivers a real stand-in for any character. He is a show-only character, in my opinion. He is not the show version of Black Walder Frey or Walder Rivers. He is kind of just his own guy. And yeah. So anyways, let's get into it. House Frey. I've only read this a million times. House Frey of the Crossing is a noble house from the Riverlands. Their main seat is the Twins, a pair of castles on each bank of the northern green fork of the Trident that serves as a vital bridge across the river. The Lord of the Crossing is called the Lord of the Crossing. I was doing so good. Their sigil is two blue towers united by a bridge on silver gray, representing the Twins. Angry Frey, the angry one. Grumpy. All right. Black Walder is known to be resolute and easy to anger, feared by many, including among his family. Enmity runs deep between Walder and his elder brother, Edwin Frey. Black Walder refuses to marry. According to Merit Frey, Walder is rumored to instead have maintained numerous affairs with several women, including cousins and wives of his close relations. Yeah, his own cousins, by the way. There is talk that he bedded the wives of his brothers, including Janice Hunter, let's go Janice Hunter, Edwin's wife, and Melinda Karen, the wife of Peter Pimple, who I covered on a different Frey week. This is the third Frey week. Go watch my Frey weeks. Also, his cousin Fairwalda, he slept with her, I guess, and his half-cousin wants to remove Amory Frey, also known as Gatehouse Amy, among others. Gatehouse Amy is a jewel, and you don't deserve her, fine sir. That's it. I love Gatehouse Amy. Black Walder sucks. All right. Anyways. Yeah. Where was I? Black Walder is even rumored to be unusually close with Lord Walder's seventh wife, Inara Faring. The unlawful relations may cast doubt over the paternity of many of the younger Freys, including Edwin's daughter, the young Harris Walder Frey, as well as her cousin Para, Peter's daughter, and Lord Walder's 6 children with Inara. Yeah, he gets around. Yeah, he's awful. So that's all I got. The agreement of the Twins. When Robb Stark's army finds it necessary to cross the Green Fork, the delicate task of negotiating with Lord Walder Frey falls upon Robb's mother, Catelyn Stark. Allegedly, in the attendance at the twins are all of Walder's sons, grandsons, and great grandsons. I don't know if I quite believe that. They're like all of his kids are here, his entire family. It's like, really? You got 157 people in this room? That's a lot of Freys. That they're all just around? I don't believe you. I think that's a legend. That's what it says for a reason. All right, including Black Walder, Catelyn negotiates passage with an alliance with House Frey by promising two Lord Walder's grandsons, Big and Little. I just covered Big and mostly Little earlier this week. Will be fostered at the Stark's home at Winterfell. Oliver Frey, who I also covered, will become Robb's squire. Arya will marry Walder's youngest son, Elmar. Is there enough about Elmar for me to cover? Maybe I will. And Robb himself will marry his choice of Walder's granddaughters, or daughters. Yeah, I don't know why I said granddaughters. It says daughters. When the fighting is done. Yeah, that will happen. When explaining the abundance of Walders in the family to Bran Stark, Big Walder mentions Black Walder, referring to him as the fourth in line of succession. After receiving news of Ser Stevron Frey's death at Oxcross, Big Walder updates the line of succession, placing Black Walder third. Stevron's death is odd, since the wounds he suffered at Oxcross were not serious, and he died suddenly 3 days later. Yeah, so I kind of brought up Stevron's death in my Big Walder Frey, but I don't really want to bring up that whole fact that it's kind of like murky, because I think it fits more with Black Walder, because he's now third in the line, right? And this dude, like, Stevron gets wounded at Oxcross, but he seems fine. No one's freaked out about it. No one thinks it's serious. And then he just dies 3 days later. That's suspicious. All right, I'm not a detective, but that's suspicious. All right, Betrayal at the Crag. When Robb Stark invades the Westerlands with his army, they do some battles, such as the already mentioned Battle of Oxcross and the Scouring of the Westerlands. Black Walder fights in the Westerlands with the army with King Robb. Robb assaults the half-ruined castle of the Crag, the castle of the Westerlands. Is that going to be important? And conquers it with ease. When they are storming the Crag, Black Walder and Small John lead scaling parties over the walls. That's pretty cool. During the battle, Robb takes a wound in the arm. During his recovery, news arise of Theon Greyjoy's supposed murder of his brothers, right? Of Bran and Rickon. And Robb finds comfort in the arms of Jane Westerling, the daughter of Lord Gwen Westerling of the Crag. Yeah, he gets some comfort from Jane. Choosing Jane's honor over his own, Robb marries her the next day, breaking the betrothal pact with House Frey. Afterwards, the Freys are in an uproar. Black Walder is one of the most infuriated, threatening Jane by telling Robb that his sisters will not mind marrying a widower. That's hardcore. He's like, it's fine, I'll just kill her. What? Oh, I didn't stutter. Black Walder. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Robb wants to kill Black Walder for that, but Jane convinces him to be merciful. Afterwards, Black Walder's father, Ryman, strikes down Robb's banners and leads the forces from the Crag back to the twins. Yeah, we're taking our Freys and leaving. Robb later explains to his mother, Catelyn Stark, that if Stevron still was alive, he might have been able to make amends with the Freys host, but that was not the case with Ryman and Black Walder leading them. Yeah, Stevron seemed like a much nicer dude. Like, in all accounts, Stevron doesn't seem too bad. Too bad, most likely, somebody killed him. Most likely Black Walder, honestly. All right, meeting at the twins. Have you guys noticed I have a theme with my my titles? Catelyn cautions Robb again about offending Lord Walder. About offending Lord Walder control, and advises him to ask for food as soon as they get there. Yeah, you guys know what I'm saying, to secure the guests, right? They are met by a contingent headed by Ryman Frey, Lord Frey's grandson, right? And then 3 of his sons, including Black Walder, Edwin, and Peter Pimple. So all of the great grandsons of Frey, or of Old Man Walder, by Ryman, right? So Ryman and his sons. That's what I'm getting at. And yeah, Edmure describes Black Walder to Catelyn as a nasty bit of business. Yeah. So Black Walder like shows up, and Edmund's like, "Oh, that's Peter Pimple. He's the ugly one, and that's that." And he goes, "And that's Black Walder. He's a nasty bit of business." That's a freaking terrifying way of describing somebody. A nasty bit of business. Oof. When they come near, Greywind begins to growl and leap forward, causing Peter's horse to throw him, Peter Pimple. Only Black Walder keeps his horse under control. Catelyn has to intervene. Black Walder draws his sword, saying, "Is this how a Stark makes amends? A poor greeting, I call it. To set your wolf upon us. Is this why you've come?" Yeah, he's a freaking, yeah, he's ready to fight. He yelled, bearing naked steel. Robb apologizes and helps Peter up, or offers to help Peter up. Ryman wonders why Jane is not with them, and Black Walder says that Walder Frey will be displeased at her absence, as he has told his great-grandfather much about her, and he wishes to behold her with his own eyes. That is the most veiled threat of veiled threats. Like, oh, the person who totally ruined our alliance? Yeah, I told Walder Frey about her, and he can't wait to see her. And it's like, oh, crap. Yeah, dude, Black Walder's vicious, dude. All right. The Red Wedding at the Red Wedding. I have too much fun sometimes. During the wedding, this is between Edmure and Rosalind Frey, Robb comments to Catelyn that he is surprised that Black Walder behaved like a lamb. Yeah, he's like, wow, he's actually acting nice. This changes, of course, when the slaughter begins. Yeah, the musicians turn out to be crossbowmen, and the wedding becomes a slaughter, turning the wedding all red and stuff. During the fighting, Catelyn sees a Black Walder hamstring a Vance who has been wrestling with Harry's Hay. Afterwards, the Walders, after the wedding, news arrives at King's Landing that Seaguard has surrendered the Black Walder. Yeah, I'm already moving it past. So we know that he is part of the Red Wedding. He is in the hall, and he takes part in, what did I say, killing a Vance? Yeah, and hamstringing a Vance. Yeah, so he's part of the slaughter, right? So, yeah, that's fun. And then he goes and takes Seaguard, which we hear more about. When writing to Oldstones, Merritt thinks... So this is in the Merritt chapter. I want to say it's Storm of Swords epilogue, right? I get the epilogues and prologues mixed up. I'm sorry. I do. I don't have it written right in front of me. But this is Merritt Frey's chapter, right? He thinks on the ill repute of Black Walder and of his illicit relationships with his brother's wives and other female family members. Merritt thinks that Black Walder was a man who took what he wanted, even his brother's wives, and small wonder he's refused to marry. Why buy the cow when there are udders all around begging to be milked? Yeah, there you go. Yuck. Merritt gets hanged, just like Peter Pimple. Yeah, okay. Merritt gets a really cool chapter, and then he dies. All right. Hunting at Haig's Mire. So if you guys didn't catch my scheme, I was verb at noun. is how I named all of these, right? Agreement at the Twins, betrayal at the crag, meeting at the Twins, red wedding at the red wedding. Yes, red wedding is a verb here. Yeah, hunting at Hagsmire. I don't know why. Sometimes I goof around, man. After resolving the siege at Seaguard by threatening to kill the captive Patrick Mallister, Black Walder leads the search for the outlaws that hanged Peter and Merritt Frey at Oldstones. He sharply questions some peasants in Hagsmire until they confess that the outlaws' quote leader is Lady Stoneheart. Black Walder and his hounds track her and her men north of Hagsmire, but the outlaws disappear into the neck. Yeah, they're up north, man. They're in the neck now. When Davin Lannister talks with his cousin Jaime about Davin's upcoming wedding to a Frey girl, he comments that he has learned from Edwin Frey that he should pick one not yet flowered, else Black Walder would have been there first. Yeah, wow, whoosh. When Sir Jaime Lannister attempts to end the siege at Riverrun, he suggests to Sir Brendan Tully that they resolve with single combat. Brendan wonders if a Black Walder will be Jaime's champion, among other options. After Ser Ryman's death while returning to the Twins, Sir Edwin Frey confesses to Jaime that he suspects it was Black Walder who killed their dad, and he had handed his father's death. Yeah, he's like, I bet Black Walder did it. And he's afraid that he will be next. Yeah, because he's next in line. That makes him like, yeah, second in line. Oh my God. Wow. He will be next. And it is now only one between Black Walder and the sixth Lord of, wow. He's almost Lord of the Crossing. He also thinks that Black Walder let the outlaws escape on purpose. Yeah, so it started with Stevron, right? And Stevron dies, right? And then, how am I forgetting names? I should know this. And then Ryman, the dad. And then now, freaking Edwin's like, I bet I'm next. Black Walder's going to kill me. Trust me. But probably will. Oh, no. Oh, man. All right. He's a messed up dude. I just found many Reddit posts and Westeros.org posts, and all of them just guess or speculating on how messed up this cat really is. Okay, so anyways, that's all we got for the books. Like I said, so now we're going to cover, talk about the character a little bit. So I found a lot of different Reddit posts and just posts on Black Walder. So, man, I don't know how I'm going to read that. Terra that flaps in the night. Okay, I could. Westeros.org has a post called, Is Black Walder really willing to murder his family to become a Lord of the Twins? And my answer is, yeah, probably. I do think someone killed Stevron and Black Walder, and it seems most likely, and Black Walder seems most likely, but that maybe is why it isn't him. Yeah, but what I mean by that is, he's literally the most likely candidate to be killing off the people who are upper in line, and why he's now second in line behind his older brother. So maybe that it's not him because George doesn't like making it that obvious, or maybe since these are just random obscure characters and it's only obvious because we've read the books 100 times and we think about it and we're like, clearly it's Black Walder, but maybe it would have been a twist if the book came out. It came out earlier. I want you guys to know, I think the next thing I'm saying, no. All right. I'm going to give you a little bit of a buffer. So the next paragraph, it isn't that bad. The one after that, I will issue a trigger warning for some essay stuff, for some not good stuff. So if you want to end after that paragraph, if you don't want to be triggered by, some not cool, stuff, I suggest you leave after this next paragraph or just listen to the rest. But I do want to give a trigger warning because a lot of people don't like hearing about, R wording. It's bad stuff. All right. Then a goofy one on Reddit is called Black Walder tried to stop the Red Wedding for sinister reasons, a theory. Okay. But I am the Peel. So stating that Black Walder wanted to prevent the Red Wedding, but just so he can get Rosalind to himself. Rosalind to himself because old Walder thinks she is special. Yeah, it's weird and it's kind of a super long post. Yeah. The whole post is like, he thinks that Rosalind, I don't know why I said Rosalind. Rosalind must be special because old Lord Walder Frey likes her. So maybe he wants to marry her. It's a weird one, but there's a lot of words. It's like a really long one. Yeah, all right. So if you guys don't want kind of the more rougher one, that's what I'm talking about next. You should get out of here, trigger warning for it. But if not, let's go. So then a pretty rough one. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Get out of here if you don't want to read about it or hear about it. We need to talk about Black Walder by Grass Garden Weirwood that suggests that Walder is a serial R-wordist, not saying the word, and maybe even a serial killer. Oof. It's not far off because he was, what Merritt said, a man who took what he wanted, even his brother's wife. That sounds rather R-wordy. So maybe, yeah. So essentially, if it depends on how you want to take how Merritt is talking about Black Walder. Do we take it like Black Walder's a piece of crap because he seduces and sleeps with all of his brother's wives and all of his cousins and all these people? Or did he take what he wants and does he assault them? And that's kind of the line between a scumbag and a monster, right? So it really depends. And then I guess the serial killer portion is him killing his family members to get further up in line, which I think that it's possible, and it's only really how you want to interpret. Do you think the women that he's having these affairs with are consenting and are 100% consenting or not? And that's the really, really, really important line here. So yeah. There you guys go. Yay, that was really fun. That was a fun Frey week. Thank God I'm not doing 2 a year anymore. I know at least a couple people want me to keep doing 2 a year, but too many Freys. I want to keep doing this for multiple years, and believe it or not, I might actually run out of Freys. This is my 3rd Frey week. I've covered a lot now. Covered a lot of Freys. My first Frey week was a year ago, and then I did one in halfway through the year, and then one now. So I think Frey week's going to be my end of the year stuff for now on out. Stuff. I don't know why I said it all weird. All right, thank you guys. That was my Walder Frey week. I covered 3 Walders, and one of them wasn't even a Frey. It was a Rivers. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Sorry that Black Walder is not very fun or uplifting. And I hope you had a really good holidays, a really good Christmas, and whatever you celebrate. And I really hope New Year's is going good or will go good. I hope you have a good New Year's. And I'll see you next year for a bunch more A Song of Ice and Fire characters. I am not stopping anytime soon. I don't think. Maybe I will. I don't know. I'm not making a resolution or anything except to lose some weight. All right. Peace.